All right. So upon a reflection, I'm just thinking about it and I'm thinking about like past relationships, things of the sort. When I was younger, I was a drill sergeant. Mean. I did not care about how you felt. I was able to dish it and take it. I didn't care about how you felt. I didn't expect you to care how I felt, so I definitely didn't care. I would say whatever I wanted to say to people, and I didn't care. You just had to take it. And when I decided that I wanted to be nice again, then you would just have to deal with it. And growing up, when I actually changed and realized that I did not like the behavior that I was imposing on others, and I wasn't able to accept it from others anymore, it made me feel like, wow, I don't understand why these people switched up. My friends, my past friends, my late friends, all of those people, they never changed or switched up. I changed for the better, and I was able to start recognizing that there was something wrong with how we coexisted. That was all that was really the problem. They didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't have the capacity to care. So it was like, it didn't seem like anything was wrong with them not caring. Like they were just like me. And one thing we have to realize is you cannot walk with people you don't agree with. And that's why there became a diversion. There was a difference because I started to recognize that, hey, this is not okay. The way I'm treating other people, the way people are treating me, it's starting to hurt. I don't like this feeling. And that's why I became so depressed for a long time, because I almost couldn't bask in my sensitivity. I realized that it was there, but I was not able to I blamed everyone else. This person is this person is that. I mean, I wasn't able to just actually come to the conclusion that at some point we were just alike. It's not that they changed, I changed. And when I changed, it became incomprehensible to them. Like, who are you? You're fake. You all this love and light and all of this, like all of a sudden you're a good person. What is this? Who are you? What imposter has taken you over? Like, what's going on? You never used to care about shit like that. You never used to care about hurting people's, like, you used to be like, I mean, I was like mean to the point where I'm ashamed to even speak about this. One time I actually went back on my iCloud and I read a message I wrote to someone, and it was so nasty that I cried, bro. I was like, yo, I can't believe I said that to them. And then to sit back and think like, yo, this person was so mean to me. They were so cruel. They were so wicked. No, we was wicked to each other. And that was okay. That created a balance. Like, you do me dirty, I do you dirty here. Whatever. When that became a when there became a point where that was intolerable to me, I started feeling like these people are doing me dirty, bro. They've been doing what they've been doing all the while, and I just didn't care. I did not care because of who I was. I didn't even have the capacity to see that something was wrong. So it's like, we cannot play this blame game. I don't know about y'all, but I know, like, it took me until today to be like, yo, we were the same. We was one, and at some point in time, me and these people were one and the same. And there became a point where I came out of that toxicity. I was able to recognize it. I was able to see it, walk through it. And then I didn't resonate with it anymore. And I just had to accept, like, yo, these people had not changed. And even the people that I was able to keep up with, and like, I was only able to tolerate them in small increments, because then I'd see it again. I'd see that, nonchalant, numb characteristic, and it would turn me off all over again. And I'd feel like, yo, this person is weird. They acting funny. No, they just did not change. Some people hit that point way further in life. I feel like, and I always tell people that I had a quarter life crisis. All right. I was like, before 25, broke down, like depressed. Like, I'm not eating. I don't want to get up. I don't want to talk. I don't know. Everything feels wrong. I don't like anybody anymore. Nothing was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just I was still working, moving, going. I was just on autopilot, but nothing around me made sense anymore. And it's because I had to change my life. I had to adjust to loss. And I could say now that that detriment, the series of events that happened, allowed me to be able to detach from the things that I wasn't resonating with. So it all worked out in my favor in the sense of it having a purpose, right? But like my dog died. My sister moved away. My sister is my rock, bro. Like, we did everything together. So imagine that. Like, all right, I had to get used to that facet of life. We went from seeing each other every day, breathing in each other's space every day, to, all right, we gonna talk on the phone. We not gonna be able to go out to eat together, but I'm gonna call you. Call me when you get out of work. That's a drastic difference. Do you understand? My sister's much older than me, so it was almost like snatching the guidance, snatching just everything. Like, I relied on her so much to get out, to get away. So I had to forge my own pathways and heavily rely on people external to me, external to my household. My dog died that same year, and then later that year, my grandmother passed away, and I couldn't get a break with school. If it messed up my grades, because I had to, like, I wanted to go to her funeral so bad, and who wouldn't want to go to their grandmother's funeral? You know what I'm saying? But I had to leave abruptly. They wouldn't let me take my finals earlier. So it chopped my grades up. And then when I came back, I wasn't able to go to the school I wanted to go to because my GPA was messed up. So it was like, yo, a lot of things, like, there was just back to back to back to back to back to back. I tell you, when I say I really had a quarter life crisis, I mean it. Like, it broke me all the way down. But now I see it as it broke me fundamentally to where I had to rebuild myself from the ground up, from who I was, from the bottom to the top. And then after I changed, and because what happens when you break as a person, you're not able to tolerate any kind of negativity outside of the negative emotions that you're working through. Like, it's this, so, like, felt like a negative turmoil. I was just walking through a big black cloud and trying to weather the storm. So it's like anything that happens outside of it that you don't feel, that doesn't make you feel good, you just cannot tolerate it. So I'm not saying that the people of my past were bad people, because I never felt as though I was a bad person, like, at the core. But I was hardened. You know what I'm saying? I was insensitive. I was nonchalant. I just did not care. And those were the type of people I had around me, because I felt that those people were strong. I didn't value virtue. I didn't value virtuous people. I value people that I felt were strong because they were hardened and they didn't allow their emotions to show through. Like, we was all no limit soldiers. And I don't wrong them for that, because they had their experiences in life what allowed them to be hardened. But I had to strip my shell to be able to come out of whatever I was dealing with. And a lot of the events that went on, the things that I was dealing with, I was not able to deal with it anymore. So, even though everything felt catastrophic, it did change me, like, fundamentally changed me. So I cannot take it back. I'm not mad about it at all. Like, but I'm saying, like, it just gave me a renewed sense of mind, a new mind state. Everything changed. And it helped me. It really did. It helped me more than it negatively impacted me. And I want to say that I'm actually thankful for that. Whereas before, I was not able to come to terms with that sort of thing, if that makes sense. But that's deep. You know what I'm saying? I did not feel that way. I did not feel that way at all back then. So it's amazing, for a long time, I'm like, these people did me dirty. These people, da, da, da. Nah, we just didn't resonate. They didn't know how to agree with me anymore. They didn't understand me anymore. And likewise, how I don't understand them. It's not that there's love lost, because I could really genuinely say, like, any person I loved, I still have a love for them, but it's just like, to understand why we can't walk together anymore just brings us so much more peace, that you don't want to war with them. You don't want to be like, yo, da 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 da. It's, yo, we just on a different timeline. Something, I mean, it's unfortunate to say, but I really do believe that sometimes it takes detriment to be able to see yourself differently, to be able to feel differently. I don't know what it was. I mean, a lot of things. To see a parent cry, to see a lot of things, it's just like, it changes who you are. Your heart softens. I don't know. I can't say that it's one specific event that made me more sensitive or whatever, but there's just certain experiences in life make you look at life differently, and it just opens your heart up a little bit. I don't know what I was able to address in the time that just kind of took me out of that, like, phase of like, I don't care, I just don't care, it doesn't matter, because a lot of things started to matter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things started to make me anxious. A lot of things started to make me, I was thinking so much, whereas before I was able to just go through my life and not think about things. But that didn't work for me anymore. But it was working for them still, and still is for a lot of people. And I feel like probably even now as adults, we may have fell out, but I'm sure that they all, reached a stage or had experiences where they became more inquisitive. They changed their way that they think, the way that they handle people. But because we shifted off at a different time, we may never cross paths or never be in alignment again. And that's okay. But, to say people did something to you, or, people that you once were heavily connected with, you can't just write it off as them being bad people. They did you dirty. Sometimes it's just the fact of the matter that y'all were on a different timeline. Y'all seen things differently. And you have to understand, if you was able to walk with them, y'all agreed. There was a reason y'all agreed. For whatever changed at that time, y'all may agree now, but y'all just will never be in sync because of how you fell out or whatever. But it's just to say, like, don't ever hold a grudge in life, because you don't know. People probably did change and you just don't know them anymore. It's really a real thing to say you have to re-meet people, because people actually really do change. And it's not to say I don't really, if I were to rekindle with people of my past, whatever, but I just have a deeper understanding of that. And I just want to share it, because I feel like a lot of people go on with their life just continuously keeping in their mind that a person in them dirty or whatever. But what if, you know what I'm saying, the way you perceive their behavior just changed? They could have done it to you 1,000,001 times, and then because you don't think the same, you changed as a person. How you think, how you perceive things change. Them doing their innocent day-to-day thing just becomes intolerable to you, unbeknownst to them and unbeknownst to you. It takes a long time to recognize that you even changed. Sometimes the people around you, well, obviously they recognize it first, because, you feel the distance, the tension, and you're like, did I do something? You changed. And they don't know how to take it. Sometimes that's not intentional. It's not a bad thing. It's just like, imagine, and this is why marriage is hard too, because imagine these are the things that happen to people. And imagine you're with someone, you married them, you know them for this and that, and that changes. At some point in time, they just don't feel like doing that anymore. They don't feel like that's them. And it's like, but this is who I wanted. And that's the same thing with friendship. We pick who we want in our lives. So it's difficult. And what I would say is rare is to find a friend that you're actually able to grow with. Sometimes you're going to outgrow your friends. Maybe they aren't growing at the same rate. It's fine. It doesn't make them a bad person. So I just wanted to share that. And, that's my sentiments. I hope y'all all having a good day. Continue to progress. Always reflect. And I'm out.
Change? Shit. I guess change is good for any of us. Whatever it takes for any of y'all niggas to get up out the hood. Shit, I'm with you. I ain't mad at you. Got nothing but love for you. Do your thing, boy.